Unfortunately, not enough of those shots are going into the arms of prison workers and inmates in Oklahoma. With more on that and another COVID-related issue, the disappearance of millions of dollars of personal protective equipment, we welcome our content partners from Oklahoma Watch and The Frontier. Reporters Keaton Ross and Cassie McClung joining us now. And Cassie, let's begin with you. $20.4 million in lost PPE spending. How was that discovered?
So the state auditor found that during a routine audit on state agency spending, and basically there's more than $20 million worth of personal protective equipment that no one's sure was ever received. Oklahoma was in such a rush and was so desperate to get that material. They were using wire transfers to pay for material, which they usually don't do. They were paying vendors before they received the material or before it even shipped. That's not common practice. It's not good practice. Normally, that money would be paid out after they received the material.
Governor Stitt comes from the private sector, prides himself on being a good businessman who knows a good deal. What's been his reaction to this?
The governor actually thanked the state auditor for her audit and its findings, and he said that the state health department would implement, all of the findings and all the recommendations. The state auditor is also in the middle of an investigative audit, specifically into the state's PPE spending. So in the next couple of months, we'll probably get quite a bit more insight into how that all unfolded.
Is there any hope we'll see any of that $20.4 million, or is it just gone with the wind?
Dr. Lance Fry, who's the health commissioner over at the health department, he said that they were doing their own forensic analysis to see if they could locate this PPE. So it's possible that some of it will show up, but it's really too early to say.
I thought the other interesting story this week, COVID related, was your story concerning the fact that both prison personnel and inmates are showing a great reluctance, or at least a strong reluctance, to get vaccinated.
About 1,500 staff and 12,000 inmates had expressed interest in getting vaccinated. That 1,500 number is just about a third of all corrections department staff. Just over half of inmates said they wanted to get vaccinated, and you might see isolated outbreaks among unvaccinated populations, and that certainly includes prison. So, will certainly be concerns with facilities where a lot of staff and inmates chose not to get vaccinated. Right now, research suggests that herd immunity is likely reached between 60 and 80% of individuals who are either vaccinated or have already contracted COVID. At several state facilities, we've seen mass outbreaks where 80% of the inmate population tested positive. So they would have that natural immunity.
Obviously, vaccinations are not mandatory, but are there ways to incentivize both prison personnel and inmates to get vaccinated?
Oklahoma has chosen not to offer incentives to staff and inmates to get vaccinated, but other states have. We've seen in North Carolina, for example, they've offered to give 5 days off the sentence for any inmate who chooses to get vaccinated.
Keaton Ross with Oklahoma Watch and Cassie McClung with the Frontier. Thanks so much. Always great reporting.
Thank you.
Thank you.